Every morning your AI wakes up with total amnesia. Doesn't matter which one you use or how much you pay for it, you open a new chat and it has no idea who you are or what the two of you figured out yesterday. Mine used to be like that too. This morning, mine greeted me with a briefing, what I finished yesterday and what stuck, plus one thing that it noticed overnight that I should probably care about. Because over the last few months, I built my AI a memory, then a job list, then a set of eyes, and then a schedule. And at this point, it runs more of my life than I do. Heck, even the other day, it reminded me that I had a movie coming up in an hour, and I didn't even know it could do that. Give me 10 minutes and I'll walk you through the entire architecture. And stay for the part where I tell you which piece actually matters, because it turns out the smallest file in the whole system is the one running the show. So let's be honest about the thing everybody just tolerates. You've probably explained your job to your AI 30 times, along with how you like things written. In every single chat, it all evaporates and you start over like you're meeting a very smart goldfish. If you saw my self-education video, you know I call AI the answer machine. And this is the answer machine's biggest weakness. It answers, and then it forgets the conversation ever happened. The model isn't getting smarter about you, which means all the context you keep retyping is a tax, and most people just pay it every single day without even asking if they have to. I stopped paying it. The way out was realizing that a chat window is just a mouth. There's nothing behind it, no place for anything to live. So I built my AI a place to live. It's an operating system now, and an operating system needs 4 things a chat window doesn't have: a place to remember, a list of jobs, eyes on the world, and a schedule. Part of one system, and I call mine Atlas. And look, I'll be honest, I do have a computer science degree, but nothing in here actually needs it. And I want to walk you through what each organ actually does for me, because this is the setup running my actual weeks, and it has changed how much one person can hold. Organ 1, the memory. And this is the piece everything else stands on. Nothing here needs a tutorial. The heart of it is a folder of plain text files the AI reads when it wakes up and writes to before it's done. One file about who I am and how I like to work. Files for lessons it's learned, so when I correct it once, I never have to correct it twice. And my favorite, a file of decisions with the reasons why. Because 2 months from now, the question is always, why on earth did we decide that? And the why is the first thing to actually disappear. A while back, a file straight up stopped me from redoing a mistake I'd already made once, because the AI just said, hey, we tried this before. Here's why we walked away from it. That moment felt like magic, and it was just a text file. That's the punchline of the whole video, honestly. The magic is text files. Organ 2, the job list. You hit this problem the second your AI starts doing real work. You talk to it in more than one place, and each conversation has no clue what the others are doing. It's like having 5 assistants who've never met. So there's one shared file that holds the missions, what's active, what's blocked, and why, as well as the next step for each one. Every session starts by reading it, and every session that moves something updates it before it wraps. The rule that makes it work is one sentence: close the loop. If something real happened, write it down where the next session will look. That one habit is what lets it carry a project across days instead of dropping it the second the chat window closes. And this one is my favorite to show people, the eyes. Once a week, on a schedule, my AI goes out and scans what's new. New models, new tools, techniques people are getting results with, new GitHub repositories. It even watches YouTube videos for me, pulls the transcript, and files a verdict. Either adopt this, keep an eye on this, or skip this, with the reasons. And I mean it writes me little reports. Recently, it flagged that a tool I depended on was quietly getting worse and suggested a replacement before I'd even felt the pain myself. Think about what that means for keeping up with a field that changes from week to week. Something else is drinking from the fire hose now, and all I get handed is the 2 or 3 things worth my time. Organ 4, the rhythm. And this is the one that makes it feel alive instead of like a tool you have to remember to pick up. Things run on a schedule, whether I show up or not. A morning brief lands before I've had my coffee. Here's the state of everything, here's what deserves your attention today. An evening debrief writes down what actually happened, and I do mean what actually happened, because I built it to record what broke and what got abandoned too. My days have bookends. And here's the actual wild part. The schedule changes your relationship with the thing. You stop being the person who has to remember to ask, and you start being the person who gets reported to. So let me just stitch all this together with what an ordinary day looks like. Morning, the brief's waiting. It reads the memory, reads the job list, checks what moved. Midday, I'm working in one window while another one is off producing something, and neither of them are confused about the plan, because the plan lives in a file they both read instead of in any one chat. Something finishes, it closes the loop, writes the log. Evening. The debrief lands, honest as always, and if I made a real decision that day, the decision and the why go into the ledger. Then I go live my life. And a week later, when I ask, wait, why did we set it up this way? The answer is sitting right there with a date on it instead of me arguing with my own memory about it. Okay, now the real question. How would you actually build one? And I want to be straight with you. Mine took shape over months of tinkering, and I'm not going to pretend like you'll have all 4 organs working perfectly by Friday, but the architecture is copyable because the parts are so boring. It's all just plain text. You start with memory, 1 page about who you are and what you're working on. Then you give your AI 1 standing rule, and this is the exact one. At the start of every session, read my memory file first. At the end, update it. Anything new about my projects, any decision we made, and why. Any correction I gave you goes there as well. That's the seed, and I promised I'd tell you which piece runs the show. Well, this is it. Everything else in my setup exists to feed and use that memory. Now, if you want the fast lane, do what I would honestly do. Grab the transcript of this exact video, hand it to your AI and say, help me build this one piece at a time. And if you don't know how to pull a transcript off a YouTube video, ask your AI that too. I'm dead serious. That's how systems like mine get built, and mine learns from other people's videos the exact same way. Now the receipts section, because none of this is magic and I'd rather you hear the failure modes from me. Memory rots. Files fill up with stuff that used to be true, and the AI will act on stale facts with full confidence. So part of the rhythm has to be pruning, tossing what's actually expired. Second, an AI with a memory is still an AI. It'll occasionally remember a thing slightly wrong and be very sure about it, which is why my system keeps the why next to every decision. So there's a paper trail I can check instead of trusting vibes, either its vibes or mine. And third, you're still the one steering, because the system does the reps, but it doesn't pick the direction. Anyone selling you a version of this where you don't have to think anymore is selling you something I would absolutely not put my name on. If I were you, I'd start tonight. Make the memory page and install the rule, or just grab the transcript and let your AI walk you through the rest. Then live with it for a week. Watch what it feels like the first time a session starts and it already knows where you left off. That little jolt is the pitch for everything I showed you today. Then drop a comment and tell me the first thing your AI kept forgetting about you. I'm collecting those. They're the best map of what people actually use this stuff for. I'm Dez. This channel is about me building systems like this in the open and reporting back with receipts. If that's your kind of thing, subscribe. Let's build.